February 10th, the year of our Pantheon 2025. Um, and so here we are. We've been discussing some of the new rules release offline, so we're late starting our stream, and we've gathered all of our players, and we are ready to jump back into it. Now, we were doing Theater of the Mind last week, or week before, whenever that was that we did this, and we are now going to continue where these guys were. Do any of you, just throwing it out there, any of you want to do a little bit of a recap to bring us up to where we left off last time?
Yes, please.
Do either one, and any of you three gents like to do that, or would you like me to?
Well, being that
Go.
two of us were present, only the third one's interested on where that went.
Yeah. Yeah, so we started out down in the bottom of the well after our tumble and everything like that, and there was I guess some ruins down there that were very different from kind of the ghost town up above the well. So we kind of made our way over to that uh, and did some exploring. We ran into a room with like a fountainhead or what would you call it? A fountainhead?
Yeah, like a big fountain. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was kind of filled with the oily black ooze and stuff. And the room had tables and all sorts of stuff, but it was very uh, different kind of make from what we were used to. Uh, we did a bunch of exploring in that room, looking at details. Eventually, we ran into what was her name? Um,
Sorrow bomb. Sorrow bomb.
Sorrow Bomb. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Terrible
she told
name.
us, yeah, she told us that the fountain used to be a fountain of pure water, clean water, uh, and that it had been corrupted somehow, some way. And she gave us a quest, which we were free to choose or not choose, to uh, go try to purify this fountain at great peril, possibly, and opened up I guess, a doorway further into the ruins. And there is even stranger. Everything became like a black obsidian, smooth uh, stonework or whatever. Um, Everything kind of glassy, and uh, in there we found I don't know, artifacts you might call them, strange devices. There was a constant like humming or some sort of vibration. Uh, we found a mirror, uh, like a handheld mirror that can stick to the wall or come off the wall. It shocks you, uh, and it talks to you in your own voice, uh, with your own face, even. uh, it I guess after a long time of trying to turn every knob we could except the right one, uh, we eventually got a uh, intel or whatever. It asked if we wanted to uh, leave that room. The mirror did, and directed us down a different path where we ran into a ghost of some sort, an ethereal figure. I don't remember if they named themselves or anything.
don't think they did. But it seemed to be like an older man that had a long beard and right.
Yeah. Uh, and we prodded that ghost or whatever. They seemed, you know, docile, friendly of sort. They weren't attacking us or threatened by us or anything like that. Well, we did have to prove ourselves to the ghost, but uh, we prodded it with a lot of questions about what this place was and about the corruption and kind of pointed us in the right direction to where we should probably go to do that. That's kind of where we left off.
Yep, put the map on the tablet, told us that down the hall where we had to continue.
Indeed. All right. And so continue you did. All right. So with that, actually distracted myself by trying one more time to import a cool thing. So stand by while I try to be cool. Trying to be cool. See if it works. Probably not, because in truth, I'm not that cool. Import data, choose file, and that file. Open. Import. It worked. All right. So it worked. I am cool. Who knew? All right.
Yeah.
That's where you have to cue the evil laugh.
I use exactly. I did get ChatGPT to format my challenge correctly so in SON for right JSON format so that I could import it as not have to fill it out all and copy and paste and all that stuff. Worked. And it worked. So nice. All right. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm proud of myself. It took me a while to do it, but that will come in handy. For which, by the way, what I taught it to do is completely not compatible with the other VTT course. So I'd have to teach it how to do that all over again if we decide to switch to the one that is a little bit more functional, I think. We'll see. But it's kind of for all the different versions of City of the Mist and Otherscape and Legend of the Mist. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. So you guys, yes, sir.
Where is this new VTT?
It's not new. It's actually older than the new one that we're using. So the one that we're using right now is the new version, and so it's really pretty. I really love the aesthetics, but I feel like it's not as functional for doing what I'm trying to do. When I run a game, like I'm still like, how do I have to now convert this by right clicking on it and change it to something else, and it doesn't flow as easy for me as a narrator. So I feel like the other one flows better, the one that I run City of Mist with. And it has a way to kind of flip it over so that it adds the mechanics that we see in Legend of the Mist and the way it handles things a little differently. But overall, it's not exactly like what you see in the rulebook for Legend of the Mist either. It's clearly an adaptation of the City of Mist system to do that. But ultimately, and it's not nearly as pretty, not even close. It's very Spartan in its look. It's fine for City of Mist because it's got this neon kind of noir color scheme to it. While this VTT that you see here, this is goes right along with the whole Legend of the Mist color scheme because it was designed just for that. The other one kind of supports all the Mist engine games so far, to one degree or another. Right? So all right. So for now, you guys are following the map and you head to an area that it tells you is what on the map it refers to as the Grand Hall. I'm going to load this up for you. It may take a minute to load in because it is an animated background.
Still, which VTT are we on?
I think you're signed into it. It looks
Yeah.
like you're there, Lord Smacky.
Oh, okay.
I see you
Yeah,
signed into it.
Board, right?
The one we're talking about is
Yeah.
future stuff. We're not using it.
Yeah, we're not using a different VTT, so you're good with what we're doing right now. I'm just saying that depending on how quickly this updates for the new Legend of the Mist mechanics that have been revealed in the playtest, I may choose to go to the other one because I think overall it plays a little better. It's not nearly as pretty. It doesn't look as nice, but I mean, even the statuses and tags that you can put out there are a little smoother, I think. So we'll see. We'll see. We may try it once. I may go to the effort of setting it all up and having you guys log in and go, holy crap, this sucks. Let's go back. And then that's what we'll do. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Oh, dear me. I know what I did. I did not make this so you could see what's going on in here. That might help. All right. So here we go.
Okay,
Now
yeah.
you can see it. I just had it all dark and no tokens had vision on the board. Well, that's not good.
Wow, I'm
But
so
anyway.
glad I did not go walking in the dark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as you
Oh, nice.
enter into this area, you see that on your map that there is a place for you to go further. You have to go across the room to the stairs, up, and to the right. That's what the map is telling you to do. There are other places that you could go, but you instantly see, because I'm assuming you still have somebody has a torch. And so we're just going to assume at this point that you can kind of see based on your torch light that you've got. Also, I think there was, in a couple of the rooms, there was kind of this ambient light that had no source, but it was kind of dim, much like maybe glowing lichen might give you some vision inside of a cave. This is similar in some cases to that too. But this is definitely an old, decrepit part of this facility or whatever, temple, whatever it is that you're in. I'm not sure you've actually determined what that is. But this area, this place, this dungeon that you're in, clearly has quite a bit of age, and some parts of it have decayed and fallen apart. So this looks different from the last rooms that were closer to the fountain, which were simply fallen into disuse but not disrepair. This part, there have been some issues, maybe some earthquakes, maybe something with the miasma has caused a problem here, or who knows what. So in this area, you know that you need to continue to move up across the map to say like this staircase, and then continue up this corridor to the right. And that will lead you to where you can try to turn off. You've decided that you wanted to turn off the inflow so that you could stop whatever the source of the miasma is from coming into this area, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, so we've got all of this, and there's clearly parts of this. I believe that the animation looks like there are leaves, but it's actually just like crumbling dust that keeps falling from the ceiling, as the ceiling clearly has big cracks in it as well. So this this area has clearly seen better days. So, Marshall, it's difficult for you to see what's going on. The lighting that you see here that are torches, like over here, we're not going to consider that as what's happening here. We'll just say that maybe there's more area over that glows a little bit more with that ambient light that still is working. but a lot of the room is fairly dim for you to see what's going on. So watch your step. Marshall, I see you kind of out front, and Jemmy next, and I think of Derlin coming in kind of from behind. So
He's
Marshall, I'm
almost
going to
front.
ask you, um, what do you think you would like to try to do? That's a pretty good jump across that gap, and we're
I want to
not
actually
sure.
see if this is stable and solid to make my way across to this point.
Yeah. So you're tapping your foot and kind of stomping down. You're trying to see if it's going to fall just by putting your own weight
Right.
on it, etc. And yeah, so as far as you can tell, there's a lot of crumbling sounds, and there's noise coming from these gaps, these big opening cracks in the floor here.
Right.
There are some sounds coming in that might be little pebbles falling or stones falling, cement between grout coming apart. Who knows? But this definitely makes you feel very uneasy to be in here.
Okay. And
So, Jemmy, you see him stepping forward and trying to make sure that the floor is solid and sturdy enough for you. So, it looks like he's doing okay. What is it you'd like to do here? How do you think you might try to get across, or want to explore that's on this side of that big crack? Mackie?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if I blanked out again or something. So.
Well, while you're thinking, Derlin, he knows we need to go up to the top there, up those stairs and everything according to the map, but he can't help his curiosity. This is a very strange place, and well, he knows a lot of strange things, and this is still somehow strange to him. So, is there any further like markings or writings or like other uh, mirrors on the wall or anything that catches his eye?
Good question. Um, Derlin's looking around to see if he can see anything like that, and this particular room seems well worn. Like it has been in this kind of decayed disrepair for quite some time, and anything that might have been writings on the walls have long since given way to whatever else has room. So from what you can see, there does not appear to be any writing on these walls for you to
Okay.
make use of.
Well, if there's nothing of interest, he'll just slowly follow behind the two younger, quicker reaction fellows. See
Very
if
good.
the floor falls out.
Right, it'll fall out under them first, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to try and get the marshal to grab my hand and then reach out to Derlin so that we can all support each other. Hopefully prevent falling and breaking through things and such.
It looks like he's moving on ahead anyways.
All right, so in this room, now that you've kind of gotten over on this side, you do notice, Marshall, as I sense that you're sizing up those boards, trying to
Yeah.
decide if that's how you're going to go across. But one thing,
I'm not 100% convinced that they'll hold, but this railing
Right.
that I see here, right in front of me by the stairs, are they slotted so that if I tossed a rope around it, it would make its way around?
Can you ping what you're talking about in particular, the railings?
Sure.
Like this post that's right here. You just
Yeah.
hold down your left click and it will ping. Okay. Yeah, if you want to try to lasso that or something. Is
Yeah.
that what you're
I
thinking about?
actually want to climb up there.
All right, you'd like to try to climb. Very good. So here's one of the things that's going to happen now. There's more crumbling sounds, and you paid no attention to it before for some reason, but there is there are some vines, some vegetation, right, and they begin to move. The vines that are there um, begin to slither and move. And so what you see is, first off, these vines now, as they move, you begin to notice the little buzzing, almost like flies, gnats buzzing around it, little black gnats that you recognize as being a sign of the miasma, right? And these vines begin to grow really fast, or maybe they're just reaching up out of the crack, um, and they are trying. It looks like they are beginning to wrap themselves around your feet. The vines are going in between your feet and kind of reaching you that way.
Sidestep. Try to not let them get a good grasp.
Okay. So, Marshall, the vines are slithering unnaturally toward you, and their movements eerily precise.
Yeah,
They
I'm gonna
are
help the apple lad up. So if he's gonna start his climb, he better start it now.
okay. So, are you worried about the vines or helping the lad get up? What are you going to do?
I am going to. I'm going to take my sword and hack at the vines as they get closer, buying the
Okay.
apple lad time to climb up.
All right. So instead of helping him up, you're going to help him you're buying him some time by trying to beat
Correct.
back these vines. Got it. All right. So very good. They are going to wrap tightly around you and inflict a restraint status on you. I want you to mitigate that with your action.
All right. So I already drew my sword out, and my intentions were to slash at it. I'm going to just all right. I am going to, and this is mitigate. So this is what I'm proposing. And I'll roll it, and you let me know if it's up.
Yep. So for mitigating, you're really trying to reduce this restraint as by beating it back with your sword, right? So you got brute strength, you've got stamina and swordsmanship. I'm cool with all that. Let's do it. Nice. That's a 14, so that's 4 power. So you beat it back, and so it does not get anywhere near restraining you. Every time it's aggressive, right? And every time that it does that, you manage to do a
So
quick two-step.
while I'm whacking at it, I'm like, if you're gonna climb or do something, you better do it now, my friend.
Right. Okay, good. All right, so then he is kind of beating away some of the vines, but they are coming from a variety of places. As a matter of fact, Derlin, I hate to break it to you, but vines are starting to come up from the other side as well. And so you can see it reaching up and kind of crawling across the tiles of this flooring towards you. And it's kind of at this point it's going to kind of lash out with kind of a terrifying little force. So you see that coming. What do you do?
Well, he's gonna try to create a ward to protect them. In fact, he's gonna try to create like kind of like a bubble around the three of them where they are right now, of like a circle of protection.
Okay. All right. Let's have a roll on that.
This time, I am grabbing the marshal's rope, and I'm going to tie it around his belt, and then I'm going to try and get up high enough to tie it around the stair rail.
Or like this pillar way up here, is that what you're kind of aiming toward, is to climb up and get out that way?
You up here?
You see where I'm pinging on the map? Ping, ping, ping.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you trying to wrap it around that, or are you trying to put it somewhere else? I'm not sure.
Sure. That is better.
Okay. All right. So, Derlin, let's see your roll. Did you get it? Oh, wait for it. Let's see. Attract outcome. Old ways practitioner.
Was it supposed to be a mitigation?
No, not at all. You're doing just fine. It's a tracked outcome, and it's giving me a chance to moderate your roll. So if I go over here to reject, I can... minus. So I'm not going to give you the Twilight encounters because that would have to do with maybe something related to these vines, this miasma. And in this case, I think your wards and protections are what they are. And so you've got your, yep, I think that's much better. So I'm going to do that. You've got a -1 for spoken invocations, and I've added a -1 for this feeling that those miasma is watching you, and so that might trip you up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and let you roll with that. This is great outcome. You've got a 10, super strong hit. You have 1 power. You're going to gain experience. So that's great. And you have a 1 power status that you can put on what you're looking for. So let's see. It says when you get a strong hit, you should be able to get your power worth. I thought the new rules, did they talk about if you got a 10 plus, you could do more, like an extra power worth? Did I see that right? Maybe not. So let's see, 1, 2. So you actually rolled with like a power of 0. So you get a 1 power. Nope, this is correct. So you can create a status. You don't have enough. You don't have enough to get a tag, but you can add a status. How do I do that?
So like a status to us or a status to the vines?
You could put warded 1, for example.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do that.
I should spell that better. Warded 1. Flip. Okay. So now you got a green tag, positive tag for you, awarded 1. Okay. Good. So, Jemmy, I want you to go ahead and make a roll to try that stunt. You're trying to climb up a little bit. There's not a lot of purchase for your hands and feet here, but you know, you're shimmying up the one column, trying to grab to the top and maybe get up a little higher so that you can kind of get that rope going around. Jared is chopping away at vines that are growing up out of that crack. So let's see what you can do with that.
I'm trying to use Rascal and Prankster and Scrappy.
You can probably use the warded tag as well.
Well, it's kind of a defensive tag, so I'm not going to let you do
But
that.
It's buying him the time to climb, right?
Yeah, but this is speaking directly to the action of climbing.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is really having to do more with your athletic ability to get up that side of that wall. Warding itself is not going to help you do that.
Have the help Garrett. Can I use that?
The help that you've got is for helping him do something.
Yeah, how would I be able to use like my help Jimmy to like kind of help boost him up or something?
That you could use that. So the question is how. So you can decide how. You're giving him a foot up, or you're bending over a little bit so you can use your back, or something like that. Sure.
I'm helping Jared not get dragged into the crack.
Yeah, well, your action right now that you're trying to do, that's what we're focused on. And that action is what you said. You're going to try to climb up and get that rope around the pillar or something up above so that it's anchored. You've already attached it to Jared's belt. So you're now trying to go up with the other end of the rope to get it up there where you can tie it around or something. Okay. So based on that, you can say, what tags do I have that will help me climb up the wall and secure the other end of the rope?
I have a history as a rascal and a prankster, so I'm probably used to just like getting everywhere I can. And now Scrappy.
So
and then my strong throw implies that I am strong. And my deft hands means that I'm really good with my hands, so that's going to obviously be the most helpful.
Okay. All right, let's see it so I can look it over.
On the helps and the hurts, do I have to make a roll to use those, or do you just apply those to their rolls?
You don't have to make a roll. That's just simply a tag that you can throw out there. It's like a crispy tag that you could throw at
so
boosting his roll.
You say how you're going to help or hurt them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Derlin will just as Jimmy's shuffling his way up the side there of the stairs or whatever. He's just gonna give him a good hefty push up the bum to try to boost him up there quickly.
Okay. You find an opening in the advancing vines. You beat them away enough. You whip around and just like shove him, just give his butt a shove up there. Come on, hurry up. All right. Yep. All right, so go ahead and roll. Get your roll going there. And then let's see if we can add that help in.
Well, I'm helping Jared by giving him a way to resist the vine. So
Nope.
it is
Hold
helping
on.
Jared.
Reel it back in. Reel it back in. Your action right now is climbing up and securing the rope. So that's what we're trying to resolve right now.
First, I said I would attach the rope to Jared's belt and then climb up.
That's fine. So this is all in my
gotta
mind.
climb up.
That's the same action. Right now, we're looking to see how can you get up there? Are you going to have any problems getting up there? And can you succeed at doing that? And then, so this is going to not even be a tracked outcome. This is going to be, what is it called? A quick roll?
Quick. Yeah.
Yep. We're just looking for success or failure to see how well you get up there or if there's any consequences. So we assume that you've attached one end to Jared's belt. You're trying to get the other end up the wall and maybe around the pillar or something where it can loop around and be secured. Are you having trouble getting the dice roll to work?
It's not very it's zippy. Like, click on quick and it takes like 10 seconds. But I was also...
There we go. All right. So you got deft hands, definitely. I struggling a little bit with Prankster and Rascal. I know that your justification was that you've done some rope work in the past. And so you're using those tags for that. Rascal, how does Rascal help you get the rope up there? How does it help you climb and get the rope up there?
Well, it's the kind of thing I would do a lot of when I was pulling pranks and things, like climbing up on the barn roof, set up tricks and things.
Okay. All right. I tell you what. For this roll, we're going to make it a quick roll. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and remove Prankster and Rascal because I'm still having a hard time seeing how that directly. So that's the key, and that's the weird nuance of this narrative system. Is you want to use tags that you can say directly affect. So past experience doesn't necessarily directly affect this. I get it, but things like deft hands, that directly affects your ability to climb. Strong throw and scrappy would be, your, muscly kind of, you're tough. You're just tough. Scrappy is kind of, I think of that as being tough, ready to fight, that kind of thing. And so I could see that being related directly to athletics. So I'm going to cross those off, but we've got whose tags are at the bottom down here? Let's see. Derlin.
I think that's his.
Yeah, those are mine. Help Derlin. Yep. Help Jared.
So I think we can do...
Can I burn rusty arrowheads?
Help. Help Jemmy. All right. Yep. I think we do one help Jemmy here. And then okay. I think that's good. So now we're going to roll oh, that's not a minus. That's a plus. Let me click it again, make it a plus. All right. So pretty close to the original power that you were looking at. You had 5. This is now 4. And that looks pretty good. Wow, you guys are just knocking it out of the park with these rolls right off. All right, no consequences. This is a clear success. So you are now up here and you have wrapped the rope. Part of that strong throw is to get that wrapped around, right? So we've got it all wrapped around this way. And you are good to go with the rope tied up around the pillar at the top. Very good. All right.
Wow.
So, good job. With that rope up there, there's plenty of slack. If Jared falls down the crack or something, he'll stop at some point, assuming the rope will hold him. So you are in a pretty good place. I think. Did you remove, Jared, the help that you had in there? Because it removed, and I think that's cool if that did it on its own. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
I'll be impressed. If you didn't remove the help, it removed itself. That's pretty cool.
no, I did remove a tag that didn't have any label on it, but I don't think it said help. It didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
label.
No, there was one that said help Jemmy, and it
That's
I don't
weird.
see it anymore.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think I
see it
removed
anymore.
that one. That's weird.
All right, cool. No, it wouldn't be weird. I think that it should, but okay, cool. Anyway,
it should have been mine.
whose? Derlin?
Oh, Wes. Yeah, Derlin's.
Um,
I clicked the burned on the help
Oh.
Jimmy.
what were you doing to help Jimmy? I understood what Marshall Jared was going to do. I didn't get
that
you.
was
so I
me
didn't
giving
add it
him.
in.
That was me.
Oh, a
giving
shove
him
up?
the
Oh, I
shove.
thought that
Yeah,
was
that was Derlin.
Jared. Gotcha. Okay. Well, it's not there anymore. That's fine. Okay. So it wasn't clear even in the dialogue, which is yet another one of those little minor frustrations with this system, is that I can't see whose tag. It just has a group of tags that are available, and I chose one that said help Jemmy, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from, like what other character that was. All right, so good. Sorry, so you have been helping then Derlin. You've been helping him come up. You one of the vines just comes whipping towards you, and it lashes out. You notice that this vine is just like laden heavily with sharp, probably just nasty, jagged thorns. So what do you do?
Well, he's not exactly a quick guy, so he's gonna actually. You said it's got like thorns on it.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of thick, warm clothes actually. That he's actually gonna kind of throw up as like what would you say, like a cloak, to block the shot or whatever, to get it tangled in the cloth of. He's gonna sacrifice his
Like oven mitts now, you're going to try to just block the
and
incoming sharper stuff.
his thick overcoat and stuff.
Yeah, like you might throw over a barbed wire fence, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna sacrifice that to kind of tangle it up and get it caught in that.
Okay. So then you're going to try to cover the thorns. So go ahead and make a roll with that, and let's see how you do. And if not, I think they'll probably strike and they'll tear into you if you don't protect yourself well enough. This might be a good time for Marshall Jared to use a help Derlin.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, so I would use my help Derlin at that moment tag for him.
Okay. Got a couple of those. All right. So Derlin, let's get your roll going. This will be a tracked outcome because this is an attempt to probably give it some kind of a covered status of some kind so that it can't use its thorns.
burning the warm clothes backpack tag. As someone that's lived out in the outlands and stuff all by himself and everything, he's definitely dealt with bramble and thorny woods and stuff like that. Had to traverse through them.
Okay.
How
So
does
I
my
see
help him, out of curiosity?
it's going to give him power on this roll.
Okay.
So maybe what you're doing is fighting off a second big vine, or trying to chop off some of the, like, you run the sword down the vine itself and go and start chopping off some of the thorns or something like that. So it looks like you have kind of like this, let's see, Jemmy has a help Derlin, and gosh, I can't tell who these tags belong to. That's the frustrating part. All right, so we'll go ahead and
In the
put one
tag
of
list.
we're going to do one
In
of
the
these
tag.
help. Yeah, I'm
The
just
tag
looking
list,
on
you
my
can see
dialogue.
all-
I have a dialogue box that pops up, and I can't see which tags belong to who. So here, I'll take a quick screenshot and show you what I'm looking at. So when I do my thing, I'll put it in the Discord. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll put it in the Discord. I'll just put it in post-session chat.
What people could do is they could rename the tag. Jemmy helps Jared, and Jemmy helps her.
Yep, you'd probably have to do something like that if so you can see in that screenshot, I can, the tags that are in the middle belong to the person making the roll, and the tags at the bottom kind of belong to everything else. So scene tags, other tags for other players. It's not easy to do. On the other system, the other VTT system, much easier because it has them all parsed out by who owns the tag. So you can very easily see where that is. This is like, I can't tell what tag is really going to be helpful here. All right. So Jemmy, do you want to add a help Derlin as well?
I'm sorry. Could you tell me what you're doing again, Derlin?
He's trying to cover, like, use his thick clothes to cover the thorns that are threatening to cut into him and cause him to bleed a little bit. So he's trying to cover those up. So you could, I don't know if there's something you could think of to do that would make sense. That would be just to help. You could throw a help his way as well.
Throw down some empty sacks.
Okay, so just add more to the Sure, all right. Here, put this over it or whatever, right? So
yeah.
I could
all right.
swing around in a big arc.
All right, so that'll give you four power on this roll. So let's do it. Wow. So the consequences are that you are going to take bleeding 2. Let me see if I can do what I think this is supposed to be able to do. Old man Derlin. Did it work? It did not work. What about if I go like this? Bleeding 2. Can I add a status over here? Did it work? It did not.
If I'm giving him these empty sacks, wouldn't I be burning them? And wouldn't that give him more of a bonus?
No. That could. So if I wanted to give you a consequence, I could make you burn that tag and say you run out of sacks. You have no more sacks. They're all used. And so but it's a good thinking. It's the same kind of thing. So in this case, I am trying to give Derlin bleeding 2. It just doesn't want to do it. Irritating. So that's the other thing that works well on the other system is I can actually give. Yeah. Not helpful. All right. So, and then I can't close these pretty sheets because the X's hidden. All right. So I'm going to give you, Derlin, I'm going to add it manually here instead of drag and drop, and we're going to give you bleeding 2. So you, so I'll tell you what, instead of bleeding, I'm going to give you restrained 2. So it tries to lash at you with, I'll tell you what. Prone 2. All right. So it's going to throw you up against this portcullis-like grate. And so you're going to take 2 harm, and we're calling it thrown 2. You've been thrown off to the side there. And the bruising or whatnot that comes with it, sir, is you're feeling all of it. However, it's not bleeding. So you're just beat up. You're bashed around a little bit, right? So you managed to not take bleeding, which is good, but you are just been thrown over there. So you and your spare clothes are now on the vine along with the apple picker's extra sack that are blocking it. So it's making it a blunt weapon instead of shark teeth covering that vine, right?
I'm gonna ask Jemmy if he can pull Derlin up. There's slack on the rope. Can he pull him up?
Oh, except that it's tied to you.
Oh, but I mean the rope is a long rope. So even if he got up
slack.
there should be slack to allow him to loop it around the old man and pull up whatever slack that was. Because that went the whole 5 feet short of the well? 10?
Yeah, no, it's plenty of rope. I'm just trying to imagine what it is you're trying to do. You want to wrap it around the old man and then have Jemmy pull him up? Jemmy, do you think you're strong enough to do that? I know you're scrappy, but...
Can I help him?
That old man is just a big, heavy bag of bones. What do you think?
Well, could I aid him trying to climb up?
He's on the ground. He just got tossed over against the wall, basically, in true supernatural style. Right? So he's been just harangued
down
over
the gate right now.
Exactly. Yeah. He's just slumped over in the corner over there. He's got to catch his wind.
All right, well then I'm going to slide down the rope. I'm going to slide down the rope quickly, and then I'm going to go help turn it up.
I'll tell you what, Derlin, I just thought of something. You did have warded up, so since this is actually going to put harm, why don't you make a mitigation roll using just warded and see if you can have enough power to reduce the status any from your thrown status. Unless you can think of another tag that's very specifically would help you with being thrown.
How about tough
cooking? Wouldn't the warded have been figured into his original role? So wouldn't that just have reduced the power? Can it have raised the power one?
Could have, but we didn't do that, did we? Did we include that in there? No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, never mind. You're right. No, never mind. Thanks for catching that. I didn't realize again with that monstrosity of tag list. I didn't see that it was in there already. So yeah, okay. So you're good. Business as usual. Jared, Derlin oofs over into the corner and bangs against the grates and the little pillar over there. He's seen better days. You have vines sneaking up around you. Now, this you have some of these vines that are kind of coming at you, Jared. They are covered in this oily miasma, and they're trying to whip themselves around you to restrain you, or at least get their grimy, viney paws, their leaves, their plant matter about your body. So what do you do?
I am going to keep slashing at them with my sword. And C
Okay.
strikes left and right, deflecting them as those two try to get up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just slide down the rope and help Derlin up to his feet and try and get him in move.
All right. We'll get that in just a second. Jared?
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
get your...
And I'm rolling a, is this tracked?
Yes. Because you're basically attacking it. You're trying to beat back the
Correct.
vines. And some of these vines are very definitely trying to entrap you in some way. All right. So, see, I wish I could just add to this roll. I have to like reject it first, and then I can try to add something in there. So, all right, let's go with it. Power 4. All right, well, that's a good outcome with an 11. You have no consequences, and you can do 4 power. So this will be against an opponent or a target. You're trying to attack it. All right, so with that attack, you give your target a harmful status. It costs 1 power per tier of status. So that
All
would
of them.
be severed.
Oh yeah, I wanted to feel it.
Very good. So, I think I need to do this. There we go. See, that would have given me cool things to do against you, but
Yep.
all right. So we're going to give it a status of severed, and you're giving it a power of 4. Is that right? Severed 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. So with you whacking away, it just seems like more of these vines are coming up, but you're definitely starting to leave salad.
You hear me tell the guys, hurry it up, guys. We're going to get overpowered pretty soon.
Started to get a pile of asparagus at your feet while you're whacking these vines. All right, so Jemmy, you have kind of slid down the rope to help Old Man Derlin up. What's your plan to get him out of there? You have these vines coming toward you, and you can see that there's definitely this miasmic touch as it as they come towards you. They definitely slither unnaturally toward you. What do you do? The very eerie.
Unfortunately, I was hoping that we could use the rope to get up to the stairs without crossing over the bridge. I don't think Durden's up for that now, so.
Well, so while I'm down here, yeah, and these plants are getting chopped. So I actually just hit 3 experience on the Cena thing or 2. One of the tags on it is a trusty walking stick. Would I be able to find one of these pieces of vine that have been cut off by our marshal and turn it into a trusty walking stick?
Absolutely. You reach over to this miasmic vine segment, and as you reach over, you utter some of your old ways magic words, and as you grab it, it just goes and becomes this really gnarly looking Gandalf staff, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and he'll try to use that to get him back on his feet and going.
Okay. You're going to beat back any of the vines with it or anything, right?
Yeah, and any help Jimmy can provide getting this old man.
All right. So
back
Jimmy's
on his feet.
swooped down to
Yeah,
try to get
just,
you back up on your feet. You reach over and grab a staff and make a wooden walking stick from it. Jimmy, what's your plan to help Derlin get out of harm's way while you yourself are
Like,
trying to avoid these vines that are coming at you?
I'm just gonna like hustle in as fast as I can get him to move towards the wooden bridge. Like we don't have time to worry about.
Do you see Jimmy doing anything that you think would be specifically addressing the incoming vines that are speedily coming across the floor at you?
Throw some apples at them.
We'll throw some apples at them.
It's your destiny.
So it's your action. You have the spotlight. What would you like to do, Jimmy?
Like I said, I want to hustle a little along. I guess. I mean, if I am actually attacked by the things, I can try and defend myself and Erlen.
They are definitely threatening you. They're incoming as a threat. So that's your threat. The vines slither unnaturally toward you, their movement eerily precise.
I do just want to run as fast as possible.
Okay, where do you think you want to run? And so you're leaving Old Man Derlin behind, or?
No, with Derlin. I want to run
Okay.
with Derlin. I want to
right.
run across the bridge because we haven't got time for that.
Gotcha. So you're kind of aimed for over here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to retreat up the stairs
Sure.
with Derlin.
All right. He's not going to be up to climbing up here, but so if I understand you correctly, you're trying to go across this little bridge over to this side. Is that right?
I'm not. Yeah, I know Derlin isn't gonna climb, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm
All right.
on the bridge despite
Cool.
its structure.
All right. Yep. So Jared can climb. He's got the rope tied to him. It's wrapped around the pillar above. He could climb up if he wanted to. So you're just trying to get Derlin over to the other side. I got you. All right.
Just trying to get Derlin as far as I can get him.
Okay.
Up the stairs if possible.
All right. Let's see, what tags do you have that will help you with doing that?
Burn Scrappy. Don't let me burn. Keeps unselecting Scrappy. How do I click the burn?
I think shift click burns it.
Oh, shift click. There it is. Okay, there we are.
Okay, waiting for your roll.
Oh, I clicked the wrong. Did it not?
There you go. All right, so it does show you've burned Scrappy. You have deft hands and a bit of a prankster. All right, I'll let you go with that. Let me see, though, if there's anything else that makes sense here. See now, if I look at your character sheet, I would probably say that it only goes so far. And so I would get rid of that. Now, I'll only go so far. And then I would say that I'm going to use entangling against you. And so this is a total power of 1. Oh. And I'm going to use Derlin's Throne as a negative as well. It's going to really put you against the up against the 8-ball. But here it comes with a total power of -1. You'll get at least a power of 1 to accomplish what you're looking for. Oh, look at that. With a 9, you get an 8. So that is a mixed hit. You get 1 power. And so I would say that you're going to undo the throne status by 1. But I think what's going to happen, what do you think of this? You grab the old man and you kind of leverage yourself as he tries to get himself up on his stick. These vines begin to wrap themselves around you, but with one final kind of a, what's that maneuver they do in hockey where they kind of, what's it called? You kind of go back and forth real quick. You kind of try to dodge one of those vines, and you kind of shove Old Man Derlin out of the way, and we'll say you get across, you get him across that little bridge. He's on the other side of it here. But about here, you get tangled up. And so I'm going to give you restrained 2 as your consequence. So
Can
you
I
get,
take a slash at the vine that's tangling him?
yeah,
Since
yeah.
he's
As you, yeah. Now hold on a second. I'll set the scene for you and give you the spotlight. So you are going to be restrained 2. So let me see if I can do this. I don't like how I have to keep scrolling down either. There's a couple of usability issues here. Restrained 2. All right, you are restrained 2. All right, so with the apple picker getting tangled up in vines, it's now your turn, Marshall. You can do something about that, but I need to toss a threat towards you. The vines coil and they pulse with miasmic energy, growing thicker and more aggressive. It's almost like it's pumping miasma down the channels of the vines, right? And it's going to be wrapping Jemmy in some kind of miasmic numbness. So you can go ahead and take your effect. If you have consequences, that may be the consequence that happens to Jemmy. But you may take your action now to try to sever those limbs before they get too thick for your sword to get through.
Choices here, so yeah. Okay. This would be tracked, correct?
Yeah. You're looking to apply a status of severing those, more of those vines, right?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Hold on. Again, I don't get to see your character, so I can't even do things like you have the burden of responsibility playing against you, and it's going to hurt later. I think I'm going to hit you with both of those because I like those.
Would
And
Derlin be able to give a few incantations
hey,
to enchant his sword
yep,
against?
throw a help his way.
Yeah, I'll burn that.
I do have. So yeah.
Derlin,
Well,
help
uses blind.
Jared.
Yeah.
That'll give you a plus. Okay. So that's still power 4. Let me see if there's anything else that, like, maybe we could use.
Also, you using your untarnished sword?
You weren't, were you? I'll add that in. All right, and then
Where is it? As a matter of fact, I'm not
It's on your
seeing it.
maybe
tags.
your backpack.
No.
So then, think. All right. I think you get a power of 5. So let's roll that. Meanwhile, I'm reducing your throne down to 1. All right. So you get to gain experience, and you did a strong hit, no consequences. Power 5. You're doing severed 5. Wow. Okay. So severed. Yep. All right. Severed 5. That sounds like what you wanted to do? I'm not just going to assume.
No, yeah, that sounds fine. I mean, I do want to definitely beat it
Oh.
back to give me enough room to
How about
not
this?
only
What?
cut him free, but make my own way after him.
Yeah. So what you need to do actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you need to reduce his restrained by 2, right?
Right.
So that restrained will disappear for him. Let me, how do I get rid of this? Restrained? Yes. Right-clicking deletes crap. Okay. So restrained is gone, so that leaves you, after 2 power, that leaves you with 3. So instead of severed 5, it's severed 2. Right? No, 3. Duh.
It was already at 3.
We have to do math. No, it was at 4. So 5 would make 4 and 5 marked off. So in this case, 3, when you do less than that, and there are boxes to fill in below, you fill those in. So if, for example, he does another 3, that will mark 5. Does that make sense? That's how they stack.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how they stack.
Okay.
If you do another, however, if you only do severed 1, then I fill in the 1 bubble.
Right.
Okay.
And that leaves 2 empty and 3 and 4 filled in. So that's how you do. Now in City of Mist, it works similar to that, but it goes like by decimal points. So if you have severed 4 and you then do severed 3, it becomes 4.3. It like fills them all in, but it won't go to the next level until you do the same amount as you had before, right? It does these little points underneath. So it's a little different, but I like this. This is good because if
Wait, so one quick question then. If he were to get like a severed 3 again.
Yep. That makes it severed 5.
Okay, it just fills in the next highest.
Exactly
one.
right.
Okay.
That is exactly right. But if he gets 2 or 1, then we fill in those bubbles, and it doesn't get you any closer to defeating.
I mean,
the
it
thing.
means further ones. If you get low,
yes,
it'll bump them up. But yeah,
that's exactly right. So that's exactly how it works. Okay. So with that, you have unrestrained Jemmy and done some more harm to the creature, but it still seems to be ready to come at you. So, Durland, you are still really close to it, and even though you are across the bridge and kind of in the final stretch to home, making it home, they are coming at you. And in this case, the thing is, I'm going to actually going to again slither unnaturally toward you with eerie precision. So, Derlin, you have the spotlight. What do you do?
As usual, he's gonna use his old ways to try to repel these miasmic vines.
Yeah. What way are you doing that?
So he's actually going to try to cast a protection spell on himself.
Okay. So you're creating old ways armor, so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Like bark skin kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, more, yeah. Protection from undead, yeah.
Okay, so more like
Old mage armor.
like I'm protection from vegetation. Like I'm a carnivore. Get that salad away from me. Okay, so that definitely is a tracked outcome to see what kind of status you can give yourself or
Yeah.
tags.
Now, being a kind of a wizard,
Yeah, kind of.
a,
You have a staff now.
a hedge wizard, yeah, in the making or whatever. It's much easier for him to cast these incantations and stuff with a staff. Would I be able to use my trusty walking stick?
Sure.
In this?
Okay. So then, yeah. So all I can add to this is your old ways may be hindered by the miasmic nature of the attack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. There you go. The power of 5. You have a strong hit. So there. Whoops. Wait a minute. What just happened? I was reading the wrong one. So with a 4, you get nailed. So I'm giving you a restrained 2. Old man. Restrained 2. Okay. So restrained 2. They've wrapped around you. So Derlin, Jared, Jemmy, let me think of who I should give the spotlight to next. Derlin, you are under the greatest threat right now. So what I think The vines pulse with miasmic energy growing thicker and more aggressive. You are experiencing a creeping numbness coming on. You can feel it as these vines just kind of, they're wrapped around you, got you restrained, and they're kind of just getting thicker and blacker, and you feel as the miasma kind of engorging those vines all around you. I'm going to give the spotlight back to you, old man, but the other two could choose to find a way to maybe help you. They can either steal the spotlight to create tags or statuses, or they can use their help to toss you an extra +1 power to your roll. Old man, what do you want to do? How are you going to address?
Well, the
this?
vines entangling him are, I'm just going to say that they're the reason he failed to properly cast his protective spell last time. You know, they got in the way of his incantations and motions of his staff.
Tangled up his staff and everything, yep.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's not going to be a method he can use now that he's entangled. So he's just going to try to brute strength. He's a tough cookie. He's got a stick he can whack them with. He's just going to try to break free.
Let go of me, damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared's gonna attack it from behind when he has an opportunity. Since it's focused on the old man, he's gonna take a swipe at it.
Okay, so you're gonna try to cut off those vines, thwack it some more. All right. So that would be a separate action. Is there anything that you want to do that would affect the old man's, like create a tag or a status for the old man to use in his role? Or do you just want to throw help his way? Do you have help?
I have Durlin.
Looks like you have a Durlin help. Yeah.
Yep. Throw that his way.
All right. So you can add that help to your roll, old man. I'll toss it in there if you have trouble adding it in. Jemmy, is there anything that your character can do? Either you can do help. I know you have a help Durlin. Give him an extra +1. Or is there something you want to do to create an extra status or a tag for him? Or like try to reduce his status, like reduce his thing.
Sorry. And or like attack the creature. Maybe draw its attention or something.
So that you'd have to apply like a distracted status on it. If that's where you're coming from, that would be one way to add a status to, like you're giving it another target. So you could try that, or you could something to give the old man a boost to whatever he's trying to do. He's going to be attacking it. Otherwise, you'll wait, and then I'll give the spotlight to you, and you can attack it. If you just want to whack it. So right now, the question.
Yeah, jug of cider at it.
What's that? Oh, you want to throw? What did you say?
I can throw a jug of cider at it.
Oh, jug of cider. Yeah. But again, this is in the narrative context of performing some kind of a help action to the old man. So if you just want to say, I'm going to throw a jug of cider on it, and that's help Durlin, then that's great. Then we'll just do that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. So Durlin, go ahead and make your roll, and we'll make sure we add a couple of helps in there for you.
Yeah, I don't think I could add them myself, so I send
it
your way.
Old man Durlin wants to roll. I will reject, and then I will do a Durlin help, and then Gem help Durlin. All right. Is there anything else? Yeah, you know what? Did you throw old bones in there? You did. Good.
Yeah.
Outland Recluse. I'm going to take that away. I don't see that being... Tough Cookie and Self-Sufficient for sure. Trucky, yep. The rest of them look great. Now, you are currently restrained. Did you add that in already too?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yep,
I
perfect.
accidentally added ward as a minus.
Okay, let's make it a plus. All right. And I don't think watched, we're going to just take that out of the mix. Not going to be a minus for
Okay.
you. All right. Roll. Here we go. With a power of 2. Wow, there you go. A 9. That's a mixed hit. So you will take consequences, but you get to accomplish what you wanted to do. So in this case, you can, do you want to apply a status, or you're trying to reduce your...
Yeah, I'm trying to reduce my restraint, just, break free of
Okay.
this.
Well, with 2 power, you can take 2, you can drop it 2 tiers. So that will get rid of restrained. However, before you get it off, you will take a weakened 2. So you kind of trade statuses. So this new status is called weakened. You felt the power of this miasma seeping into you. What happened? Didn't work. Weakened. There we go. All right. So you are weakened, and I'm going to also get rid of this watched. Doesn't seem to apply so much anymore. All right. So you now have this weakened 2 status. So Jared, or yeah. So Old Man Durlin is scrambled away, but you can see where the vines had wrapped around his leg and his arm. They are not scarred, but they are almost like withered with this black, like shadow underneath his skin, like not like his normal aging spots. This is
So
large
he's normally
swaths of...
already a little withered.
Exactly. Not quite like that. This is worse. You can see that it's also affecting him. He's breathing heavy.
Tell Jemmy not to let himself get caught by those things and make his way across the bridge. I'll buy you cover.
All right. So Jared, you're going to go ahead and attack the thing.
Yep.
Okay. Go for it.
So... And if you can add my sword, that would be good, because I don't see it here.
Is it in your backpack?
Not seeing
or is it just a story tag? It may just
Yeah, it's
be
just
like
a story tag.
Okay. So it must be in your leaves. Do you see that on your sheet? Maybe it's there.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, I do see it there.
So I think that's where you can add it from.
Okay, how do I add it?
I think you click on the name. No? Maybe click on...
I right click and it says, are you sure you want to remove this item?
Nope, you don't do that.
Right.
Huh. Oh, because it's like a story tag, so that's meant to be kind of temporary. But even then, how do you do that? So now, I mean, how do you add a tag? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little wonky that way. Sorry about that, guys. I honestly don't know what the developer's thinking with this. All right, so I'll add it for you. So go ahead and just do your thing, and then I will adjust, because I seem to be able to do that.
All right, thank you.
So should I erase my Help Derlin tag?
Yeah, because we just used that. Yep.
Yeah, both of you should.
All right, so I have to hit reject. Rejected the roll. I can now add stuff like untarnished sword. And think, you old fart, this is going to hurt later. It's going to hit you again. This will be your third experience, though, on that. once you get that. So I think you've successfully whacked all right, I think that's good. So this is gonna hurt. Sword. And I'm gonna give it regenerating and entangling as minuses. So you have presented yourself as the primary target while Jemmy scuttles across that little bridge. Let's see how you do. Uh-oh. Not great, sir. Not great. The vines suddenly retract as they wrap around your legs, taking you off of your feet and dragging you to the edge of the crack and down potentially into the darkness. So I'm going to give you a status of Doomed 2. Where is this? So many statuses. All right. Doomed 2. All right, so this is the harm status for you. If we get you up to Doomed 5, you are sucked into the darkness. All right. So you have Jemmy, you've gotten across to the other side, but you see Jared whipped off of his feet and pulled. He is grabbing onto I'll tell you what, he's like just grabbing in the cracks of the flooring between the big tiles of stone, trying not to get sucked down by the vines into the below, wherever that goes. Jemmy, what do you do? Are you working on getting Derlin in his weakened state up the stairs to safety, or is there something you want to do to see if you can harm the vines or somehow help Marshal Jared?
I want to sling some of my rusty arrowheads at the vines. I'm trying to get the severed complete.
Okay, I don't think. Do you have a sword? Did he give you a sword to play with, or do you have carrying that now? Because I remember that Jared.
No, I said I wanted to sling my rusty arrowheads at it.
Oh,
Will
okay.
that help break it?
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's see how well you can do that. Give that a shot. You've got a good arm. Let's see if that can play in and help.
Oh, like would a and yeah, I want to burn that hand.
Okay, we're burning deft hands. Right on. Okay. Well, this would be an amazing feat if you pull this off. So I am going to throw at you, only goes so far, just because I'm ornery that way. You're used to throwing apples. This is the first time you've ever thrown arrowheads. Let's see if you're strong.
Should Jem help Jared come in?
No, that would be you help him with his roll. Now he might be able to try to maneuver himself a little bit so that he can maybe present the vine better to you.
Better target.
If he has a help for you, he could use that. But do you have a help? I don't. Let's see. Nope. You have a Durlin help. I don't see.
Yeah, I think he only has Sterling help.
Nope. Nope. No helps to throw around. You've used them up. But you need to use your rusty arrowhead. You have that. Don't forget. So that's another tag you can use.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea how to help you do that on your own. But yeah, that's a thing.
That was my original intention.
Right. So I'll add it in.
I could burn that?
You want to burn it? You can. But you can only burn one tag, though, per roll. So do you want to burn that instead of deft hands? You can do that.
Yeah, keep your deft hands for a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think normally I would say that that's a crispy tag anyway. So it's a story tag you picked up. You're throwing them all. I would not. I think normally, but for this time, this roll, I like the idea. So let's see. Let's do something heroic. Right. So let me go ahead and add in rusty arrowheads as a plus. I'm going to give you regenerating as a minus. Let's see, because already where some of the places where Jared has attacked it, it is already filled with sap and re-strengthened. So I think that covers it. Miasmic, prone, severed.
I'm burning the rusty arrowhead. Not using it, just burning them, right?
There you go, burning it. Yep. Okay. Good point. All right, so now with a power of 3, so you're burning that 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 3. Okay, good. So with a power of 3, let's see how that roll looks. Woohoo!
Very nice.
All right, so we're going to burn those tags. You're going to gain experience. Have those happened before? No. I got to click that every single time. Gain experience, gain, burned. Oh, I guess I'm the guy that has to always click those buttons.
No, we can click them. I've been clicking mine, so he actually gave me too much.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so you have 3 power. You can do a severed 3, which means that it goes to severed 5. All right.
You had the experience?
You should get experience because of the weakness tag that I gave you only goes so far. So it should have given you that experience. I clicked the button.
It
all right.
Puts a button that you can click.
But you used it twice. So I was trying to make sure that you had that.
You can just right-click on the XP to subtract any extra you got.
Okay, so severed. Okay, now alternatively, I just assumed that you were going to, because you said you were trying to do more severing, trying to finish it off, right? Alternatively, just as an option, you could reduce the doomed status on the marshal by 2 and then give a 1 status because you did 3 power. So using 2 power to buy off the doomed status and then add a severed 1. Or you can go with the severed 3, which will give it a severed 5. You got that, those choices. I just wanted to give you that choice.
Severed 5 gonna
Yep.
completely free him.
Yep, very good. It's not going to free him. He's still doomed. He's being pulled in by vines that are just lashing around him and yanking him down. He's grabbing onto things. He's got his sword in one hand. His fingers are clawing for purchase on the floor so he doesn't get sucked down into the ground.
All right.
Can I
I
power
will
my way up?
reduce his doomed.
You want to erase his doomed instead and just do severed 1?
I think it's fine to do the severed if you want. Derlin's gonna try to grab a hold of the rope and anchor him.
It's already anchored against the pillar. You're pretty good there.
Yeah, but like actually try to pull back on it. Pull him closer. Take out the slack.
Okay, old man. I hear you. Your heart's in the right place.
He's a little weak right now, but
We'll see if your biceps are in the right place.
Yeah. Hey, he's a tough cookie.
I hear you, but between you and Jemmy, I don't know. That Marshall's probably like 300 pounds with his gear and everything. All right. At least he's not 300 pounds of dead weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So the vines continue to pull you toward the depths below. Jared, you have the spotlight. What do you want to do?
I want to try to power up and try to swipe and cut the vine that's grabbing me.
It's more than one, but you can absolutely try to dig in and get it. So go for that. Let's see what you can do.
Okay.
I'm going to give you your doomed status against you. I'm going to give you entangled that it has against you. And I think I'm going to use all of its statuses against you. Regenerating, miasmic, and entangling. So what do you got? I'm going to just toss it all at you. Derlin
a help.
Thinks he's gonna keep you from going too far. But yeah, you could probably have a hurt or help somewhere. Doesn't somebody have a help? Derlin?
Jimmy does.
Yep. If you could add my sword to this roll, that'd be appreciated.
Yes. And it didn't burn your rusty arrowhead for some reason, so I'm gonna mark that gone for you. All right. So you want me to add what now? Your sword? Untarnished sword. Okay, so is Derlin helping with the rope and whatnot?
Yeah, if he can.
So that you can use both hands to swing, so that could be a help.
Yep.
You're adding negatives.
Oh. Too bad. All right, so then are we adding a Jemmy help Jared as well? Yes? Sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are doomed. All right. So you have a total power of 0, which is fine. Just means you get a nice, wow, that's a lot of little numbers there. All right, here we go. Roll. So, uh-oh, that's not good. So with a 5, I'm giving you doomed 2 again. So now you are doomed 3. See how that works? So you're not doomed 4 because 2 and 2 added 4. No, it's just another 2, so it goes up to 3. All right. So you get pulled a little bit over the edge, but you feel the rope pulling snug as the old man is trying to give you some extra support. While it is wrapped around you, you feel the vine's hunger as it begins to maybe start to steal some of your life energy from you. You're feeling more drained, or it's starting to drain you. What do you do, Jared?
Oh, shoot. I am.
I jump on the rope and start hauling him as hard as I can.
So the rope that is between Durlin and Jared, right? You're going to jump on that rope?
Yeah, and start hauling.
Oh, okay. So you're going to like run up the stairs and help Durlin to pull him up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. When you said jump on the rope,
I didn't realize that Derwin had gone up the stairs. My bad. I thought the rope was right between us.
You took your eye off of him.
That's right.
Yes.
He may be weakened.
He is not going quietly into the night, so he's going to fight with his sword every ounce of strength he's got left.
He does stairs like no other, man. All right. So, with that,
too heavy, Jared. Drop your sword. Shuck off your armor.
Drop your sword. Ah,
Hey,
there goes that.
Burn it. He could try burning it.
All right, Jared.
Right, if you could add the sword again, I'm gonna try. Anything else?
You could throw it into the corner where you can retrieve it again later, I guess, maybe.
When you reach those 3 experiences, what can you do? Do you have to wait till the end of the session, or
add another tag?
Add another tag to.
Yeah, so you see the tag there. Yeah, just grab one of those and add it.
You right-click the top of the theme, edit.
Okay, because I am trying to check off climbing, but I can't do it. Am I missing to do something? Am I supposed to click like an edit button first?
Yeah.
At the top of the theme.
Yeah, I think if you double click on it,
it gives you an edit option, and then you just check the box next to the.
Yeah. Correct. So right click the title bar of that theme, click it, and then you could hit that button to the left, and that'll add it as a usable thing.
Got it. Okay. Right.
Exactly
and then you
right.
just subtract the XP.
And that is done for all the ones that you have 3. You can do them all together, or you have to do them.
You can do them.
out?
Yeah. No, when you
Oh.
reach 3 experience, it unlocks. That's your level up.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's new with the rules release is that experience is only obtained through use of weakness tags.
Is that it? I thought that was always the way.
Yeah, I thought that's how we were doing it. Was there another way to
We
do it?
didn't have, yeah. There was another way we had. There, like in City of Mist, one of the ways you can add more attention is what it's called in that game. Is you could spend time on that theme during your downtime. So like during
right.
camping, you could also make a hard choice, and that's a move that you can make whenever you decide you want to make the move. Like, I'm now torn between doing this, what this theme wants, or what that theme wants, and I'm going to choose this theme. So you mark fade or crack, or add attention, etc. So
And then
weakness tags for sure.
you wipe those those experiences once
Yeah.
you've chosen something? Okay.
Yep, start over, right. All right, so Marshall, you didn't do so good. You took more doomed. The scene is this. These vines are really starting to gather around you. As you struggle against them to try to get yourself away, the thorns begin to work their way between the chinks in your armor. What do so that they don't continue to tighten their grasp on you?
Okay, I am going to.
Then you're going to try to cut them off, or do you have got some other idea? What's up?
It hasn't worked yet. Hold on, let me see what I got here.
I should have dropped my asthma.
Don't be afraid to burn a tag.
Burn all the tabs.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna run with. So I'm going to do the final push. See what happens.
I am freaking out in my helplessness. And
Did it do
this
something?
is terrifying.
I'm waiting for you to roll. No, it hasn't come yet.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
There it is.
Right.
Nope.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not it. That's
No?
not it. No. I just clicked and expanded the card that was already there. So I thought a new card showed up. I see no new cards from you, sir.
That's very strange. Okay. Is anything coming across?
Not yet.
Just refresh my screen and come back in and try it.
You can F5. Yeah. Just do an F5. What? Yeah, refresh. Sure.
Does Jared have the...
Winthrop made a comment, by the way, on our live chat. He says, unfortunately, I cannot stay for the full session. We'll have to watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks for playing Legend in the Mist.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching.
While we muddle through this,
Yeah.
right? But we're having fun, are we? We're having fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a great. I think it's a cool game.
Yeah, of course.
And
All right, nothing yet.
hold
You
on.
trying it again?
About to try it. Yep.
Okay. I think if I have time, I will go ahead and fire up the other VTT and set it up with all these characters and such, and just see if, like, we may try to start playing there just to see how if it's just really clunky for you guys, or if you're like, oh, this is a little bit more, intuitive. Maybe we'll see.
Nothing's coming across.
Nope. All right. So what tags are you going to be? Oh, I see a whole bunch of stuff selected here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I have this right, let me look here. I've got, what the heck? Oh, I just added another tag. It's not what I meant to do. All right. So I see your martial training and your swordsmanship and your practice footwork and feigning courage and aspiring local hero and the red armor and climbing, runner, stamina, brute strength, and athletics. You're like pulling out all the stops. Was there one that you meant to burn?
I am going to burn the feign courage. I can burn that one, right?
Sure.
Okay, and to do the burn, do I just press
Shift,
that burn? The
shift
edit
click.
and
There, I've done it. So you can see the little burn off to the
that's
side
what I was
now.
gonna do. Okay,
Gotcha.
thank you.
All right, and then I'll try roll the dice. And that pops up another box that you could then look at other things maybe to add. I don't know, maybe it's doing it just for me. I don't know. But regenerating, miasmic, entangling. But I'm going to also throw in Severed 5. And then I'm going to hit you with Name Your Tag. Kidding. Untarnished Sword. And I'm going to put your Doomed against you as well. Let's see. I'm going to give you the benefit of Warded. That's crazy. All this nonsense. What else can I do?
Yeah, how long can this list be?
Oh, wait, I know. If you're going to go ahead and feign courage, I think one thing that would get in the way of that is rash. I think you're fighting an urge to run or to panic. And so feign courage and rash are like diametrically opposed. Definitely going to hurt later. And I'm hitting you a lot here. All right. I like it.
Oh, I'm not making it, dudes. You guys got to go on without me.
Nah, we'll pick you up.
No, look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
16 with 7 power, you cut through with your sword. Your sword glints in the lack of light. Shing, and it makes this sound as maybe you struck it against the stone by accident while you're trying to get it in position, but it went shing, and you just go and you just cut right through and release yourself because you've now done Severed 6, defeating these miasma corrupted vines. And so you have succeeded in defeating these vines. This challenge has been overcome.
And I climb out looking all the worse for wear.
Right.
Yeah. You and me both.
For sure. Wow. Okay. Well, that was a really involved little combat
that was a do
there.
or die moment.
Was not meant to be so dramatic, but you guys did it. You guys made it quite a thing. So I think this is a good place for us to do a roll the credits kind of move. So again, when
climb
we
up next to the old man and sit there.
Yeah, let's have a moment.
Yeah, let's have a sit.
I'm gonna have a moment. All right, so you catch your breath, and the music plays, and the screen fades to black, and the initial credits pop up with, who the executive producer is or whatever. All right, so tell me, starting at the top of our list, so I'm going to go in order of Derlin, then Jared, then Jimmy. Tell me what affected you in this session the most. Now, normally we don't have any quests because they're not on the character sheet, so you don't have those anymore. I think that would be one of the things that you would ask yourself in the future is, so did I grow? Did I accomplish something significant toward completing my quest? That would be one thing. Like, if it's, get revenge on who killed my father, right? Then that would be, did you figure out who it was? Did you locate that guy? Did you confront him, etc.? Like, those would be the milestones that might get you to evolve your theme. So in this case, we don't have quests yet. On our new characters that we're going to develop, you're going to put a quest in. I hope that either of those places will have that available, either the web version or the other place. We'll look and see if you have accomplished your quest. I think the other system has a place to put mysteries and what's the other one called? A question or something like that. And so there's a place for you to put a quest, even though it's not labeled quest. So the other thing that I'm going to ask you is, between your interpersonal reactions, is there some way that you have grown or been somehow feeling hurt by your interactions with either of the others? So let's start with Derlin.
So is this the help and
Help
hurt?
or hurt? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So, as grumpy as he is, Derlin kind of has to admit that Jimmy definitely kind of pulled through and helped him get off and get up and everything like that. He's looking after his elders. He always liked it when the youngsters look after their elders. So
came to your rescue a couple of times for sure.
Yeah. He wants to repay that in kind.
All right. So Mark, Derlin, help Jimmy. Marshall.
I am gonna say Derlin made it possible for me to take the swings that I needed to do by securing the rope, so that was very pivotal for me.
So you're gonna do Jared help Jimmy? Or is that what you're aiming at?
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. See, the one that climbed up and got it all tied up in the first place.
Yeah.
So as you thought of that,
Jimmy did a good job.
That's what it was. He was pulling through. All right, Jimmy, what about you? Do you feel loved or lost on either of these guys?
I'm so excited that they are all still alive because I was in a terrible place. I was about to be alone. It's a hard choice.
Somewhere underground, yeah. Okay, so which one do you want to take?
And, by seeking kinship, kind of, I don't want to lose either of these guys. They're my kin now. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to go with
Did either one of them actually come through for you in some way that was meaningful to you? Or hinder you in any way that was meaningful to you? Like you had to go save that guy a bunch of times? Jeez.
Hell yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with Kurt Derlin. He just seems to be a burden that needs a lot of protection.
Do you want to take a hurt against Derlin, or do you feel like that you having to help Derlin so much actually gave you an opportunity to be helpful? You could look at it any way you want to look at it. So it's the way your character sees that.
Hurtful.
Yeah, that's a better way.
Okay. Whichever way you like to look at it. Your character could look at it as like, boy, he's a burden, or it's like, he gave me an opportunity to shine.
Well, yeah. And,
there's no wrong answer.
I want to be a hero, so.
Yeah. Got to have someone in distress in order to be a hero, for sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be Gem help Derwin because he makes me useful, gives me something I can do that's helpful.
He's so pathetic, even I can look like a hero when I'm helping him. There we go.
No, he's not pathetic. He did all kinds of really, really good stuff.
Excellent.
He's got that cool new stick.
Yeah, it's a good stick.
Probably going to put an apple somewhere in the top, right? Because every wizard staff has a knob on the end.
Yeah.
When you burn the tag, like feign courage, it's supposed to be removed, correct?
No, it burns because you can recover it.
Oh,
okay.
It just means you can't use it until you do recover it. And that would be one of those things we would do around the campfire if you're camping, right? Tell a story or whatever, and then you get back.
I'll feign courage when I'm talking about how I nearly died.
It'll remind you of that other time when the cow was trying to give birth and it was breech, and you just kind of sucked it up and you went elbow deep to get that thing out of there.
That's
right?
how I felt, elbow deep.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. So all right. So I think it's good, and some of the new rules have given us some other insights on how we do all that stuff. So I think we're good, guys. Anything you want to bring up before we end for tonight?
No, great game. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, it was a good game. You guys did great.
I'm sorry.
And you're up against.
I'm sorry I was late. I kind of fell asleep.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it's time to energy drink before we play Legend in the Mist. There we go. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you. I think we're on for next Monday, too, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. Awesome.
You
You guys, great job.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good evening.
See you guys later.